This is an updated video on whether or not Goodreads giveaways are worth the money. This is a new feature, and previously, a few weeks ago, people have been asking this question, and I say yes, I think they are worth the money. I made a video earlier that I was really excited that Goodreads is starting to charge because there are some really cool features and benefits that you'll get by paying for these giveaways. However, I just found out about a serious drawback with the Kindle book giveaway, and I'm not going to use that one anymore. So quickly, let me show you what these look like if you choose the Kindle book giveaway. The advantage is you can give away 100 copies basically at cost. So it costs $119 for you to give away 100 copies of your book. I think it doesn't have to be 99 cents, so even if it's like $2.99, Amazon is basically buying the book or giving away the book. You don't get money for it, but it would cost about the same as if you were to give away 100 copies directly or via an Amazon giveaway. And what I really like is this part: entrants required to add the book to their want to read list. So because Amazon owns Goodreads, I think having your book in a really anchored position, if it's on lots and lots of want to read lists on Goodreads, I think that's probably good for your long-term visibility. So if you can get lots and lots of entrants and you get your book added to lots of want to read lists, that's a really neat new feature that I think is worth paying for. Also, Goodreads reminds winners to review the book. So if you give away 100 copies and 100 people get a notification and remind them to review, that's also pretty cool. The downside is, and this is kind of true whenever you do giveaways, if you're giving them away to a whole bunch of people, just random Goodreads users, you're going to attract a lot of freebie seekers who aren't necessarily your genre readers. So you may get negative reviews, like I write young adult fiction and I'll get reviews like, this book is only good for teenagers because it was written for teenagers because it's young adult fiction. So if you attract people who are not the target audience, you can get negative reviews. And that's too bad. I think that's not really the worst case thing. It's probably better to do giveaways deliberately where you target an audience. But like I said, I think for 119 bucks, there's a lot of value here. I don't think you necessarily need to get featured and go premium, although if you do, and let me show you, if you go up here to browse and giveaways, you can see all the giveaways and the featured ones show up first. So these are the ones that are featured, and these have lots of entries. This one, I'm not sure what Alyssa is doing to promote her books, but she has about 10,000 people on both of these contests with just one print copy. So she's getting a lot of visibility, and these books are being added on a lot of want to read lists. So that's pretty powerful. However, I tried to do these Goodreads giveaways, the ebook version for Kindle books, for a couple books that I have had trouble selling well. Orpheum and Prescient are decent books, but because I started them a long time ago and I put out the first half and then I updated the second half, so the release date's actually kind of old. So I screwed up a lot of things. The release date's like 2 years ago. I should have done it differently, but in the meantime, I'm just trying to get these a little bit of a boost or visibility. But the way that Amazon is handling the Goodreads giveaways, this was pointed out to me by David Gaughran. David Gaughran was commenting on something he saw on Kindle boards where Kindle Goodreads giveaways would screw up your also bots, and I wasn't quite sure how that would happen, but what's probably going on is Amazon is using one account to buy those 100 copies and give them to readers or something like that. So whatever account they're using to buy all these copies at once, they're buying 100 copies of your books and they're buying 100 copies of all these other unrelated books from the same account, which really is going to screw up your also bots for some time. And I noticed this on my own books. These already, like I said, they weren't ranking very well anyway. They're usually like down in the 100,000s. I'm not sure that this is necessarily a better or worse rank than I would have had already, although I am running advertisements right now, so it should be getting better. But if you look at my also bots, they're really far off and pretty screwed up, not in my genre at all. So I'm sure that's helping with visibility because it makes my book less sticky and harder to find. My book won't show up next to the right books in my genre and be in front of the right readers who enjoy my genre. It's going to show up with all of these random books. A lot of them don't have great covers. A lot of them don't have great book reviews. So that's not so good. On my other book, Prophet of Doom, same kind of thing. If you look at my also bots, they're pretty random, a lot of stuff. What I wanted to do is go back through the Goodreads giveaways and look for these same covers so that I could kind of prove directly what's going on. And I can actually see that because I think I ran these giveaways a couple of weeks ago, so I can't go back and look at the other books. But what I should have done is if I'd known about this problem, earlier, then I could have actually kind of compared side by side of the covers to make sure that's what's going on. But I think that must be what's going on because your also bots really shouldn't be all messed up like this. If you look at any of my other books, for Shearwater, for example, all the others should be my other books, and then a whole bunch of other young adult fiction, sci-fi, and fantasy. So I don't think I will do Kindle Good giveaways anymore. I will instead do print giveaways because, like I said, I do think there are some benefits. I think it is worth $119 if you can get a whole bunch of entries for your print book and give away one print copy. It doesn't cost you very much, and you could get a lot of want to read. Basically, what I would do is give away a few paperbacks and probably tell my list about it to get things started off. When people join the giveaway, the giveaway gets featured in their friends' news feed as well. So if I can get a lot of my audience to sign up right away, I could get quite a bit of organic reach, get a lot of people to add my book to the want to read, and make my book really anchored in the Goodreads giveaway, but without screwing up my also bots, which is what seems to be happening when you run Kindle books.